Okay, so look at the first one. It says x minus 1/5 equals 3/5. The first one says x minus 1/5 equals 3/5. All right, so we want x by itself, right? So to undo or make it so the minus 1/5 is gone, what do? We do the inverse operation of minus 1/5, which is plus 1/5. So let me rewrite it over here. So we want to undo this. We want to go plus 1/5. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. Okay, now this cancels out. We're left with x equals. Now, do we already have common denominator? Yes, we do. So we're good to go. We can go ahead and just add our numerators. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Keep your denominator 5. Check to make sure it's simplified. Is 4/5 simplified? Yes, so your answer is x equals 4/5. The next one is 7/18 plus u equals negative 14/27. So we want u by itself. Now, yep, because in front of this, if there's nothing there, you assume it is positive. So we're going to do the inverse sign of it to undo it. So we're going to go a negative 7/18 because that will bring it to 0, right? And then it's going to be minus 7/18. So we have a negative minus a positive. So we're going to rewrite it as an addition problem and do keep, change, change. So I have two negatives that are being added together. So I'm going to put together, keep the sign. So my answer is going to be negative, and I'm just going to put them together. But I don't have a common denominator. Okay. So you could take your bigger denominator, which is 27, and do multiples of 27, seeing if 18 goes into it. Okay, so I'm taking 27, and I'm doing multiples of 27 to see if 18 will go into it. So 27 times 2 is 54. And if I go 54 divided by 18, guess what? It goes in evenly. It is 3. So I'm going to use a common denominator of 54. So 27 times 2 was 54. So I'm going to go times by 2, times by 2. What is 14 times 2? 28. 18 times 3 gives me 54. 7 times 3? Okay, your work would look neater than mine because it's hard for me to write on the iPad very precisely. Okay? So now I have a negative 28/54 plus a negative 21/54. So you're doing put together, keep the sign. Good. Good, because 28 plus 21 is 49, negative 49/54. Now, you have to ask yourself, is it simplified? 2 won't go in the numerator. Check to see if 3 or 9 will go into it by adding your digits. 4 plus 9 is what? 13. 3 or 9 do not go into 13. Therefore, 3 and 9 will not go into 49. 7? 7 won't go into 54, right? 6 and 9 go into 54, but 6 and 9 do not go into 49. So it is simplified. Don't forget to tell me that you solve for your variable. Some of you are leaving your variable out and you're just writing a negative 49 over 54. And I'm taking half off because you're not giving me the variable equals then your answer. Do you guys see that? Yeah. Make sure you do that. All right, so that's how you undo a subtracting problem. That's how you undo an adding problem. Let's see what we do when we undo a multiplication problem. 2/3 times x equals 4/5. To undo, multiply by 2/3, we're going to divide by 2/3. Divide, I'm going to write it this way. Divide by 2/3. Because remember, when we divide with fractions, we want to have in what format? Horizontal format, yes. This cancels out. I'm left with x equals. I'm going to rewrite this because if you have a division of fractions, you need to go multiply by the reciprocal of. Keep, change this, and then do the reciprocal of. Can I cross simplify? Yes. 2 and 4 share 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, simplify. 5 will go into 6 once, with 1/5 left over. Is it simplified? Yes. All right, let's talk about how we undo a multiplication. Nope, this is a multiplication problem. 3y equals 6/7. Okay, I'm solving for y, so I want to undo 3 times y. I need to divide by 3. And then divide by 3 over 1, because you have to put it in fraction form, right? This cancels out. I'm left with y equals. Okay, I need to rewrite this. And like I said, your work should be neater than mine. I'm rewriting this. 6/7 multiplied by the reciprocal of. Can I cross simplify? Yes. 1, 2 times. Multiply across the top. 2. Multiply across the bottom. 7. Is it simplified? Yes. What's my answer? Y equals 2/7. Okay. Let's do some problems together. Let's do number 8 together. Okay, so we have n minus 1/5 equals 2/5. I feel like we already did this one. To undo it, you would go plus 1/5, plus 1/5. Can you do this in your head? Yep, you would get 4/5, right? Yeah. Number 9, t minus 3/8 equals 1/4. I'm going to scoot it over here so we have room to work. Rewrite it. Okay, to undo minus 3/8, what do I do? Plus 3/8. Same thing on this side, plus 3/8. The nice thing here is it already in column format for you? Yeah, it's in column format, so you can just work to the right when you do your converting. I'm left with t equals common denominator, multiply by 2, multiply by 2, what do you get? 2/8. 2/8 plus 3/8 is 5/8. Is that simplified? Yes. Let's try number 12. H plus 7/10 equals 7/10. To undo a plus 7/10, I need to subtract 7/10. Subtract 7/10. Okay, this cancels out. All right, so the 7/10 minus the 7/10 brings it to 0. It will not affect your value of h. So then we're going to go h equals 7/10 minus 7/10 is 0. So what does h equal in this case? 0. And then if you checked it, if you put h in for 0 here, is 0 plus 7/10 7/10? Yeah. Okay. So if you're not sure you did it correctly, can you plug in to check? Yeah. Can you use your calculator to check when you plug in? Yeah. You now know how to use the fraction button on your calculator. All right, let's try 15. 1/4 w equals 1/8. Okay, so we have 1/4 times w. How do we undo it? Divide by 1/4. And then we go divide by 1/4. Notice I am writing it next to it because when I multiply and divide, I have to do it in what form? Format. Horizontal format. Column is up and down. Horizontal is left to right. So we're going to do this. This cancels out. I'm left with w equals, I'm going to rewrite it as 1/8 multiplied by the reciprocal of. 4 and 8 share 4. Divide by 4, 1. Divide by 4, 2. Multiply across the top. Is it simplified? Yes. W equals half. You guys, if you're checking your work, this one's easy to check. Plug in half is 1/4 times 1/2 an 1/8. Yep. Yeah, multiply across the top, 1. Multiply across the bottom, 8. Let's do the next one. 5/8 x equals 2/5. How do I undo? Divide by 5/8. Divide by 5/8. Notice, yet again, I wrote it to the side. And the reason I did this is so I give myself room to rewrite it as a multiply by the reciprocal of. I'm left with x equals, rewrite it, times reciprocal of. Can I cross simplify? No. I get 16 over 25. Do they share any factors? No. You can check your 16. 1 and 16 won't go into 25. 2 and 8, nope, they won't go into 25. Will 4 go into 25 evenly? No. It is simplified. It's going to be 16 over 25.